Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and today I have a brand new game for you. And well, it's another transport game. Not terribly surprising that, to be fair, but we're moving away. We're moving away from the trains and the trucks of Transport Fever, from the aeroplanes of Sim Airport, Airport CEO, and more recently Worldwide Rush. We're going onto the seas. Yes, it's called Global Magnates Shipping Tycoon, and heads up, I do have to give a huge thank you to Aquila Interactive, the publishers of the game, for bringing it to my attention and then offering me a free key to play with it and show it off to you. It is described as a maritime simulation against the backdrop of the transformative 1960s and the ever-changing waters of the world's vast oceans. Our canvas is that very open ocean and the shipping container, which had only just been invented. Really? It was only 1960s? Doesn't time fly? Your mission as a self-made business magnate is to build your own shipping empire through meticulous planning. Oh dear. I see the slight flaw in my thinking here. Meticulous planning, it's not what I'm known for, but we shall find out how far we get. The key features of this game: we're building an empire, we're outsmarting our competition, we're playing against AI. I'm not sure how many, there's quite a few AI companies from what I've seen so far. It's actually quite a deep simulation. When they described it to me to start with, when they first got in touch, they said it has a kind of cozy casual feel, and it kind of feels like that, as you can tell from the soundtrack, which I think should be running beneath me now. I mean, it has that sort of chilled vibe, but there is actually quite a deep simulation going on there, so you do need a bit of a strategic brain to get the thing working to your advantage. We design our own fleets with our own strategy, and we can set a course to becoming a global shipping enterprise. I've not yet seen it in use. It's not marked on the Steam page yet, but they have stated there will be mod support. There is already, as we'll see in a moment, a mod upload feature, and during one of the earlier builds I was playing with, I am playing this about a day before its official release on the 23rd of September 2025. I'm sure I did see at one point a mod enabling option when you're loading your games. That's not in the version I've got at the moment, but that is certainly coming downstream, as it were. So less faffing, less talking about it, let's actually get into the game and see what it's like. So here we are on the main screen of Global Magnates. Rather pretty, bright, yeah, lovely. Has that kind of casual feel, but as we've said, yeah, we're going to get caught up in quite some detailed strategy thinking. We're going to need to get this to work, as I said, to our business advantage. And bottom right here, as you can see, there's a mod upload tool. I've not looked at that. I'm not creative or practical enough or imaginative enough to create mods, but we shall see that hopefully as the game goes through the early stages of release. We have all sorts of settings available to us. Auto-saving, having the music running in the background, that sort of stuff, a choice of languages. Graphics can run up to a fairly high resolution, I think. I've only got a 1920 monitor, so difficult for me to judge how far it goes up. Route lines, they just display the lines of routes across the ocean. I'm not quite sure what the advantage of having those on would be. A variety of audio effects that we can control the volume of, and a customizable keyboard panel here. All very good. We can start a new game, and we have the option of a campaign. It's an interesting campaign here. It's very much separate scenarios. There is no, as far as I can make out anyway, I've played the first two. I've started on the third scenario here, but they're all quite separate. Little sort of tests of your skill under different environmental conditions. I do recommend playing the tutorial first, because there is some, well, I needed it, put it that way, to understand how all the mechanics works, how everything fits together and so on. So we can go through all these various scenarios in the campaign mode, or a full sandbox mode, where you can start your business from 1960 or any year up to the 1990s. Now, the starting region is just where you start. You do have access to the entire globe when you start a sandbox mode, which I don't think you do in the campaigns. They're a bit more limited in terms of what ports are open to you. But in Sandbox you have the full globe open to you. You just decide here whereabouts you want to start your Sandbox mode game. Fuel prices, presumably this is to do with difficulty. It doesn't really tell me what this actually does in terms of affecting how you and the AI compete against each other. Whether this is the fuel price for everybody or just for you. The freight rate, again, I'm not entirely sure what impact that would have on your Sandbox mode, but you can play with that, can't you? And the number of AI players can go down, or you can go up to quite a few. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to be playing the Sandbox mode. I'm going to take you through the campaign. And there's a very good reason for that, as we'll see when I get into the campaign itself. Now, have I played this one, the Industrial Chain? As I said, I started on it, but I think... Let's have a look at that one, shall we? Let's see if I can actually first play in front of you, actually make some sort of success of what we're doing here. So we're going to start in 1980 in Southeast Asia, and our main hub for our business is going to be in Singapore. The first thing we need to do is just choose our corporate colours and logo. I was going to be orange, but there's quite a few companies that appear to choose orange for their ships. This is kind of the colour of your icons on the map, as we will see. I'm going to choose, green. I do quite like green. We'll go green. And an icon, and we will choose, that looks quite good. Yeah, here, there and everywhere. And my name for the company is going to be Ajax Global, of course. My name, well, I'm going to be Ajax. Ajaximov. It's a very silly name, but there you go. A face. It's a face on a report panel. That's all it is. And you've got a very varied choice of female and male characters, all looking kind of business-like, I suppose. I don't think I've had this chat before. We'll look like you, shall we? Let's confirm this. Now, the thing with the campaign modes, as opposed to Sandbox, is that in the campaign mode you get sort of directions for your company to go in. So you get Captain Cook here giving you a basic guidance on what you're expected to do in this particular scenario, and we'll also get a series of objectives and tasks which you don't get in the Sandbox mode, which is great if that's what you want to do. But I think for me at this stage, learning the game, I like to have objectives so I can focus on things that are important and pick up rewards. You don't get such obvious rewards in the Sandbox mode, as far as I can tell so far. Anyway, in the late 1970s, the world encountered a second oil crisis, triggering a global economic recession. And as maritime trade regressed to the level of the early 70s, the price of oil increased significantly, and a large number of oil tankers were left idle. Singapore, as the world's third largest oil refining centre, I didn't know that, in fact. Well, you learn. One thing I love about playing games sometimes is you learn stuff. Anyway, Singapore was forced to lose the economic support of its pillar industry under these circumstances. Now, due to the budding tech industry, it is promising to transition towards computers and cooperate with other port cities to jointly create a computer industry chain. Ooh, that sounds like it could be complicated. I'm sure it will be. The construction of the computer industry relies on the import of electronic components and chips. Now, the construction of these electronic components and chips requires corresponding resources. Steel and silica in particular. Steel, as one of the main inputs of electronic components, requires coal and iron ore. So we're going to have to feed, by our transporting of stuff by ship, this industry chain. So from basic to really high value products. Affected by the oil crisis, industrialised countries have successfully turned to developing steel to maintain their economies. Maura, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which I'm probably not, is a core industrial centre. It's a major producer of steel, so our top priority at the moment is to promptly meet the supply of raw materials required by these steel mills. So we need to ship coal and iron ore to maintain the operation of this basic industrial chain. So here's our world, and as you can see, we have got, all the other ports around the world are not available to us at the moment. At least we have just this area for this campaign mode. If we zoom in, we can see all of the ports. Now, the green icon here indicates that we have access to that port, To get access to these other ports, we'll need to buy leases to lease a space, and these are showing the output resources from those ports. We can change our display down here at the bottom left to show the demand at each port, so we can see what they demand. So these ports demand oil, well, that one demands grain, this one demands lumber, demands wood, and we can then change that to port output to see which might mix it up. But anyway, as if I click on meat here, for example, actually if I click on grain, probably more likely, yeah, we can see here the blue icons suggesting this is an output of grain. These with the little green arrow require grain, but that is not yet available. We can't ship grain to Maura just yet. If it's red, we can, so that's a demand. So the red is demand, grey is potential demand for our output. So it's fairly easy to see where you can ship stuff to just by looking at the map here. As I said, the other thing I like about the campaign modes, at least when I'm starting to learn the game, is you get tasks, so you can focus on specific things. And as you'll see here, we've got these tasks here to get coal to various, well, from various places. Coal from Cebu and iron ore from Manila to Maura. So Maura is, there it is. And there's Cebu and Manila. And Maura will output steel only really if it gets that coal and iron ore. We need to supply, get a lease contract with Maura. We'll do this. This is just sort of gameplay stuff to get you going in the game. But more importantly, from my perspective, it's the rewards. So if we import grain into Singapore, we'll get a reward of a new bulk carrier. Different types of ship, as we'll see in a moment. And if we can increase the prosperity of Singapore, we'll get £1 million. Nice. We start with just 10 million, which isn't a lot to build a shipping empire. So I'm going to focus, I think, on getting this monetary and this ship reward to start with. Now, if we look at Singapore, we can see at the moment we've got a 12% market share. So we want to bump that up, and we can bump that up by supplying stuff to Singapore and getting stuff shipped out of Singapore. And we can get prosperity into Singapore, which is the task here, to increase the prosperity by supplying it with what it needs. So if we look at Singapore, the demand is for grain, basically. It will want cotton and rubber and steel at some point, but not just yet. And the output is currently meat, for which it demands that grain, hence this sort of cycle of reward and yeah, supply and reward as we've got here. So what we need to do is supply stuff to Singapore. So that is going to be wheat, I think, for this. So where can we get wheat from? We can get wheat from Penang. Yeah, that is supplying wheat. Quite a lot of wheat, actually. 48k. Demands wood. That is going to be supplied by somewhere else on the map. We're not going to worry about that just yet. So what we're going to do is create a brand new route, which is there. And it's going to go by using bulk container or container ship. Sorry, a bulk cargo carrier or a container ship or an oil tanker. And we'll have those various types of ship available to us. You can see what ships you've got. We'll look at that in a moment. But I think I've got a bulk container, a bulk carrier, hopefully. So we're going to take wheat from Penang. I'm going to need to buy a lease for a certain amount of time. We'll just start with 3 years, which should be enough to get my business underway. If I need to upgrade that at 5 years or renew it, we can do that as the time arrives. So nearly $1 million to get that leased. Yep, I'm going to spend that. I'm going to ship that to Singapore. And what I'm going to do is it's going to say here, if when Penang starts outputting wood or coal or whatever, any other basic raw materials, it will add them into this list here. So it's possible that my bulk cargo carrier might start shipping other stuff which Singapore doesn't want. So I'm going to click the priority button here, which is by clicking on it, to say, yeah, make sure you're shipping grain more than anything else. Singapore has got nothing that Penang wants at the moment, so it's going to go back empty. Shame, but we're going to have to live with that. So we're going to go here. Well, we do have a bulk carrier ship. It's only going to carry 5 kilotons. And these are the various criteria of that ship. I'm going to select you, and the speed. Now obviously as you go faster you get the shipment through more quickly, but you'll use more fuel, so you'll need to refuel more often at your various dock or your ports you're calling into. So that will cost you money. So that's the compromise you have to make. It doesn't need to go that fast, I think, from Penang. It's not that far away, so we'll leave it as 12. One thing I would recommend doing here is naming your routes. They are named by default just as the origin and destination port, but so that you keep a good eye on what is being shipped, I would recommend renaming this to say what is being shipped. And also you don't have, well, you can put in quite a lot, and it does support accented or foreign characters, if you will. If I call that penge, to sing, that will do. And we are supplying grain. If you're just looking at a list of the routes you've got, it doesn't tell you what they're carrying automatically. So I think this is a useful little shorthand for me to know what's going on. So if I do that, let's finalise that. And there we are. This is our list of routes. If I unpause the game, there you go, and we can find that ship. That's our route, and our ship is here. And is it going anywhere just yet? Let's get rid of you. Don't need the route list anymore. Go a bit faster. Oh, he's loading at Singapore. There's obviously nothing to go to Penang. So, oh, who's that? Oh, you're going to Singapore. I'm always slightly confused as to where the ships start and where they end up. But they might start at the origin port, but they often don't carry anything for their first leg. He's not carrying anything for this second leg either. Oh, and there's a competitor. And you are from Seaful, and you're carrying woods or whatever. Okay, now by supplying stuff to Singapore, we are increasing the prosperity of the city, of that port. And as you can see here, we're actually quite close to getting that £1 million reward. And we'll also get that extra ship when we ship 12k. So it's going to be 3 times 4 is 12. Yeah, so 3 shipments should give us that reward. We do want to crack on with this other task of shipping coal and iron ore to Maura. That's going to cost us a fair amount of money, including probably buying more ships. If I go to the shipyard down here, we can see what I've got in dock. I've got just the bulk carrier, which is currently on a route, which is why it's saying discharge here, so take it off that route. I've also got a container ship and an oil tanker. I don't need those just yet. Now the container ship will take meat, but if I click on meat here, ooh, it is needed there. Actually, so I could do that, but that means buying a lease in Zamboanga. I'm not going to do that just yet because I've got these other things I need to do. So we need to buy another bulk carrier. What I'll do is I'll actually buy, I think, 2 of those. So that's 1.6 million. Yikes! So I'll buy those. And when they'll come to us shortly. In the meantime, I'll set up these routes I want. So we want coal from Cebu. Actually, set the route up. Oh, the bulk carrier is already waiting for us. You don't get any ping. It'd be nice perhaps sometimes if there was a notification ping. Maybe, I don't know, but it comes up there fairly quickly. Actually, if you go to the news here, you do get a log of everything that's happened, so that is very handy. If you miss something, you can always go back and double check what the news was. Anyway, route, create this new route from Cebu. I've got to spend nearly $1 million for that license, for that lease. To Maura, another even more $1 million for that. Yeah, we've done that. So we're taking coal from Cebu to Maura. We could ship steel. Would that go to Singapore? No, Singapore doesn't want steel yet, so we'll take that off our route list. Okay, and we'll go next. We've got this bulk carrier that's just come out of the factory, so I'll do you, and I will again edit this to say coal. There you go, that is nice. A bit further, so let's go a little bit faster, let's say 14. Yep, that will do nicely. You can put more than one ship on a route just by hitting this plus button here. I've only got the one ship to play with, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So we'll finalise that route, and that route has been created. Get the game running again. Ooh, hang on. Now, lots of these sort of news events will pop up. So here we can purchase a bulk carrier at 1.2. Am I going to do that? I've missed it now. Now they, I think, time out regardless of whether your game time is paused or not. So you do have to react to those quite quickly. At this early stage of the game, I found them too expensive. Though of course they will become more expensive as time goes on. You make that judgment call, really. You can go into debt. I haven't actually seen what happens if you stay in debt. I'm not quite sure what the bankruptcy rule is in this game. We can take out loans, as we will see perhaps in this episode, so you can always cover that. Though of course with loans you do have to pay back the interest. Anyway, back to the tasks in hand. We want a new route from Manila. Again, nearly $1 million for that. Yes. And that is taking ore to Maura, which we've already got a lease for, so that's already covered. Again, iron ore. We don't have a ship yet. If I get the game running, that should appear in the shipyard soon. There it is, so we'll select you. Again, we'll go a little bit faster than 12. 14 or so will do. Oh, don't forget to change the name. And this is ore. And that will do nicely. So we've now got 3 ships, or 3 routes operating, our 3 ships. We've signed the lease. Oh, switch to the industry demand mode. Okay, I'll do that. Industry demand. So you can see here what the industries in the city, sorry, in that port require. This requires coal and iron ore, which is good. We're dealing with that. That's fine. Moving towards... Oh, and things happen, like port workers go on strike. The cost of things go up and go down. My feeling is these events happen a bit too frequently for me to keep up with them. So you do need to be focused on the task in hand, I think, and ignore the global news. Obviously, once you get into more of a global enterprise, that may become more of an issue as you attempt to juggle all the ports and all the routes and all the ships you're running to make sure everything is running smoothly. Okay, now another thing to bring in here in terms of, you did mention, you may remember, Singapore, we have a very small market share. Now that, I believe, impacts on how much of the available cargo you're allowed to ship out. I don't think it, well, it does say export there. Yeah, ship out, so that's export, isn't it? Yeah, that's what that's talking about. We can increase this by adding marketing and advertising. And we do that from, well, we can do it from the port itself, but we'll refer to the company panel here to start with. We do have in our level 1 marketing office a marketeer, a member of staff. We can improve our efficiency by hiring a manager, but I'm not going to do that just yet. They're not actually that expensive. Well, actually, you could be quite good. They come in, from what I've seen, at least 3 tiers, possibly 4. S is a superior tier, so if you find an S level member of staff to hire, then go for them if you can afford them. A is a next level, so they will enhance competitiveness by 15%, and the management is the funds required to place marketing in a port is reduced by 10%, whereas the B level is reducing it or improving it by just 5%. So that affects how effective how efficient they are. So we've got here 2 A-level operatives. I could hire you for 368k a year. Sounds a lot. I'm going to hire you anyway. Is that reckless? Quite possibly. To get more members of our marketing team, we have to level up our office, which you do here. That costs 3 million. A bit expensive at the moment. Anyway, what I'm going to do, so I want to increase my effectiveness within Singapore, is I'm going to go into Singapore, and we're going to go into production and export here, which is my market share, and I'm going to start advertising. So this will slightly increase the market share of the local port. The lower the market share is, the better the effect will be. Or I could do it moderately, a moderate increase, or a great increase. But as you can see, the cost of that advertising goes up substantially. So I will send one marketing member to advertise in Singapore. And that's them doing that. So that should improve my... Yeah, it goes straight up to 21%. That's good. And that will increase as I produce, or as I ship in and out of Singapore. So we're in month 2, I think now. We're in February. We started in January. So how are our routes doing so far? Ooh, good. We've got 2 profitable routes, which is excellent. As with any solid Tycoon game, there is lots of reporting. Oh, Singapore prosperity has increased to 300k. Excellent. I'll pause the game here for a second then. So I've got that £1 million reward. Oh, I can claim it. Yeah, claimed that. And the bulk carrier, I've got that. Excellent. And notice they were time limited, which is why I focused on them as well as obviously to improve my efficiency within the Singapore area, within this campaign scenario. Anyway, yes, so this is the report table. So it's giving me a general breakdown of where we're at, all our costs, and whether we're in profit or not, and basically we're not in profit. Open routes, so these are the routes we've got, and we can quickly look them up from that panel there. Yeah, the one annoyance I've got with the game at the moment is that these panels are not movable, so we can't move them around. Actually, if I do that again, if I go here to look at that coal route, for example, so I can't move any of these around. I mean, obviously I can move the map underneath it, but I love having games which allow me full control of my vision of the screen. So if I've got these dialog boxes, I might want to pin some, I might want to move them around so I get a better idea of what I'm doing. This game at the moment doesn't have that. Maybe it's something they will introduce, who knows, possibly not, because that's the way. Why am I going there? Don't know. Click the right thing, man. There you go. Yeah, so we've got our fleet is our next choice here, and we can see here, yeah, we've got one oil tanker, 1 container ship, and 3 bulk carriers out on the oceans. And there's our profits from those. We can see that. And the ports. We've got licenses for 5 ports at the moment: Penang, Singapore, Cebu, Maura, and Manila. And our market share, as you can see there, is mostly not terribly good. Less than 20% for all our ports apart from one, which is Singapore, which is less than 40 but more than 20. And how much we're utilising, yeah, it looks and feels a little bit cosy or casual, but there's a lot of numbers going on here. A lot of numbers indeed. Now, one thing we haven't addressed yet is technology. If we want to get bigger, better ships, we'll need to go through this tree, which yeah, I didn't realise it was quite that large. Yeah, it's quite long. It's quite long. But to do that, we need to employ research people. We need a technology officer. So if we go into the company panel here, as you can see, we've got a technology division here. We can hire someone. Oh, now there's our S tier. They'll give me a 50% additional technology points per month, whereas the B tier gives me only 20% more, and there's A tier 30%. And the question here is, do I want to spend over 300k or less than 200? I think I can afford a 300, so we'll employ Carol. There you are, that's you. And if, depending on how much I invest every month, I will get that many more points. So 30, 37 or 15. We'll start with 15. We'll see how it goes. We'll start with 100k per month for that. In fact, do I have any tech points at the moment? I don't have any, no. I think in the tutorial game and possibly the sandbox you do start with technology points, so you can sort of get moving on that chain. Anyway, let's keep on rolling. Jakarta Material Reserve, downturn for 2 consecutive years. Cotton imports are less. There's an urgent need to transport 20k of cotton to Jakarta. Where's Jakarta? There it is. Is anyone supplying cotton? Oh, Makassar is. Is anyone else that I've already got a license for? No, unfortunately. No, but I do have a free container port, so I think I can afford to create a new route for that. So we had container port. I can take meat out of Singapore and deliver it all the way over here to Zamboanga. Yeah, we'll buy that license, that's fine. Ooh, you're shipping plastic. Now at the moment the plastic industry isn't open, so we can't really bring any of that back, but that's okay for the moment. And we'll look at that in a second, the industry growth. So we'll put you on here. We're going to rename this from Singapore to Zambo. Yep, and you are shipping meat. It's a reasonable distance, so we'll go a little bit faster. That's like so. And finalise that. Right, now, industry chains. Are we actually getting steel out of here? We are getting some steel out of Maura now. Does anywhere want steel? No. I'm seeing grey icons here. Now, steel will be wanted in Singapore. So let's have a look at Singapore. Now their steel industry. Now that unlocks the tyre unlocks at the tyre factory level, and that requires more prosperity. So we need to build up the prosperity of Singapore to unlock this industry. And for that industry we'll want to import rubber and steel. So we've got steel coming from here, and rubber is going to come from somewhere else. Bangkok will produce rubber if we make Bangkok more productive. And hang on, Japan has become a global manufacturing centre. The government of Tokyo has been actively promoting domestic industries by carrying out maritime trade. Provides a subsidy of 2 million. Oh, that'd be nice, to facilitate the shipping of trade between Asia and the Americas. Ooh, that's an awfully long way away. Okay, let's have a look at that then. We'll look at it in a second. So we need to boost the industry in Singapore. So actually shipping out this meat is good. Could we ship out fabric? I don't think we can. Fabric. Are you wanted anywhere? You are, but yeah, nowhere's open yet. That's annoying. No, nobody. I think. Where's America? Oh, there are no ports open in America, so we can't do that yet. So I don't know what you're talking about then, Tokyo. No, we'll check Tokyo in a second. We need to increase. Right. So if we do just domestic stuff for Tokyo, you see, this is why I like the campaign mode. So it gives me focus. Otherwise, in sandbox mode, I'll just be popping things everywhere, and nothing will make sense. In a game as complex as this, I need some direction. Maybe you don't. Maybe you've got a smarter, more attuned and a more accurate mindset where you can focus on things more precisely than I can. Anyway, the thing about meticulous planning in the notes, yeah, in the game store page, yeah, I knew this would be where I'd fall down. Anyway, Tokyo, we want to start shipping stuff from Tokyo, so Tokyo's up here. Now, the stars here do indicate the prosperity level of the town, of the ports, and more stars means it'll cost you more to lease it. So leasing from Tokyo, 1.4 million. Yeah, much more expensive than the no-star ports we were looking at before. Busan, which has got 2 stars, to lease that, 1.9 million. Yeah, I can afford that. I've got 7.3, so that's all right. Now this wants. The production volume of electronic parts in Tokyo increases until 1981. So that's something to take advantage of, potentially. But anyway, Tokyo. Can we ship cotton out of Tokyo? To Busan. Darn it. Or Maura. That is a long way away, though. But would we get more money for that? What else? And meat. from Tokyo. Zamboanga again? Could do that perhaps. I think if we start with the cotton. Okay, so let's create a new route. We're going to take on a bulk carrier cotton from Tokyo. Yeah, I'll pay that for the port. And where's that demanded? In Maura, for which we've already got a license. Oh, and also Singapore. Ah, so we could actually do 2 routes. So we'll do the Maura one. Yeah, we have got that spare bulk carrier that we earned from Singapore. Let's rename this one. Tokyo to Maura. This is going to be cotton. It's going to be that ship there. I want it to go reasonably fast. 15. Yeah, we'll do finalise that. That should help improve our prosperity in Tokyo. And we want to import grain into Tokyo as well. So, grain. Where's that coming from? We've got grain from Penang. Anywhere else producing grain? It doesn't look like it particularly, does it? Okay, so we're going to need another bulk carrier. Actually, let's get a couple more of those. There we go. And create a brand new route of grain. Yeah. Oh, hang on. A research institute is developing a 5k oil tanker. 1.5. I don't want that just yet. No. So we're taking grain from... Oh. Davao has grain. Oh no, it wants grain. No. It's the blue icon. That's, yep. Look out for the blue icon. Oh, Bangkok does grain as well. But I'm not leased there. We'll use Penang, I think. And that's going to Tokyo. There you go. Ooh. Does Penang want cotton? That it might do. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yes. So we haven't got our ship yet. Just wait for that to be built. There it is. That is built. Again, go reasonably fast. 15 on there. And this is grain, cotton. So, in the early 1980s, Tokyo rose to a global technological highland by virtue of its electronic technology and precision manufacturing. Silica, a strategic resource, was been competing for, couldn't be supplied in a timely manner to many cities due to the shortage of maritime trade. Tokyo also fell into a situation of lacking silica resources at this time. However, Zamboanga, which we've already got a lease for, has silica resources and it can meet that demand in Tokyo. And we can start shipping... I thought we were going to Singapore with this steel. Okay. Our company is a rising star, has been recognised for its extraordinary potential, has been invited to undertake this important business. Okay, coincidentally, helping construction of electronic components in Tokyo is beneficial for the subsequent development of the computer industry in Singapore. So this single action can bring about double benefits. Okay, right, let's pause this. I need to stop and think now. I was looking at that cotton, wasn't I, to start with. So Tokyo, up there, does supply cotton. And cotton is indeed needed in Penang, which is excellent. Oh, so that ship carries both ways. Splendid. We need a marketing campaign in Maura. Actually, can I take my manager out of there? What have I got? I've got 25% in Singapore, 17% there. We need more steel coming out of Maura, but that's okay. That might be enough. What else? We can start shipping steel. Need shipping from Tokyo. Prosperity of Tokyo. Okay. We should get that by exporting that cotton, actually, so that one should be quite achievable. And import of grain, or we'll get 200 reputation. I haven't yet worked out quite what the reputation does. I'm sure it does something useful. And cotton for Jakarta. Oh, import cotton into Jakarta. I don't have a lease for Jakarta yet. That'll give me another bulk carrier. Yeah, it's so many things to do. Right, let's look at these sensibly. Prosperity will do that fairly easily, I think. Marketing campaign. I'm going to ignore that for the moment. Steel to Tokyo. Okay. And silica. Right, what's our shipyard look like? We're not building any more ships. Have I got any free? I have got a couple free. Yes. Right. So, one of those then, on a new route of steel. From Maura. Yeah, to... Ooh, hasn't been unlocked yet. Ah, right. That will be unlocked once Tokyo gets to the 600k prosperity, which we should be doing reasonably soon, I think. So when I do this and say put that ship on there, let's say this is Maura to Tokyo steel, only 2 E's in steel. Okay, we'll make it go a bit faster. There you go. Finalise that. Oh, it's okay. Ah, does that mean... let's edit this route actually again. If I prioritise that. Yeah, if there are no goods available yet for shipment, you do get a warning saying there are no goods. But that may be just because you're a month or two ahead of the unlocking of that industry. So as we see here in Tokyo... Oh, no. I need to say next to that, finalise that, and we're done. Okay. Yeah, so if we look at Tokyo here, the steel industry will be unlocked when we unlock the electronics factory, which will unlock when we get to 600k, I reckon, because that's the next one, yeah, on this list. Okay, and we want to supply grain to... Oh, silica to Tokyo as well. Do we have a spare ship? Oh, that's the oil tanker that's spare. We need another bulk carrier. Okay, so let's buy another one of those. See, money disappears so very quickly in this game, I have discovered. So let's this new route. This is going to be silica from Zamboanga, for which we've got a lease already. Well, the ship is ready. Good. And that isn't quite ready yet for Tokyo. We could change that to Cebu to make some money in the short term. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll put our bulk carrier on there. We'll change this name, if I can spell it correctly, Silica, and I will then change that to Tokyo once Tokyo's been unlocked. Oh, we've got the grain for Tokyo. Excellent. So I've got a reputation of 200 now, extra 200. Oh yeah, we have to pay an environmental tax on the number of ships we've got. So that's 45k. Oh well. Does anybody want this steel? Nobody wants it yet. Oh, Busan does. No, I don't want to do that just yet. I want to do Tokyo. I want to get the promised rewards here. We should get 2 million for exporting that cotton. So the cotton was counted as a good. We've got it. Excellent. So the prosperity of Tokyo should be going up. Do I need for advertising into Tokyo? Could try that. There's nobody available because they're still in Singapore, aren't they? So if I go to the company panel here, assign to Singapore, there you are. So we've got 29. Okay, well, let's cancel you out of there. If I put you into... It does say I should put it in Maura. So what is my... I could purchase... 1 point... Yeah, let's do that. So I've got a lot of new research points now. Maura. 24%. I'm okay with that for the moment. Let's put them in Tokyo though, which is only 14%. So let's advertise, yeah, just a little bit. There you go. That should bump that up a touch. Research. Yes, we've got 200 points now. So we can research the bulk carrier 2, which reduces their fuel consumption. On some of these longer routes, like to Tokyo, that will be very handy. So let's do that. Or I can unlock the fuel reduction in the container or the oil tanker. I'm not really using those at the moment. I've got mostly bulk carrier ships. Stop calling them containers. So I'll research that. That's done. If I go to the shipyard and look to purchase a new bulk carrier, I've now got this fuel consumption reduction fitting. I don't know if you can enable or disable those. But anyway, yeah, and it still costs the same amount of money to buy it, which is nice, I suppose. Good. How are our routes doing though, generally? Oh, we're doing really well, actually. They're all in profit, not by huge amounts. Oh, though that Tokyo grain and cotton one is doing really nicely. 55k, okay. Cotton to Jakarta. Should we do that? Okay. Who's producing cotton? Tokyo is. Is anyone else producing cotton? Oh, Makassar is, which is closer to Jakarta. But that means buying another license. I don't need to buy another license. Let's go with Tokyo. We're working on highlighting and encourage or building the prosperity in Tokyo. So that makes sense, I think. So that is cotton to Jakarta. Again, a 0 star, so it shouldn't cost us that much to lease. 700k. Okay. We've got that. Yes. So that. Ooh. And we can send wood back to Tokyo. Oh, excellent. I like that a lot. Oh, we do need to build that ship. Right. You can actually create a route without a ship. It'll tell you off. But that is... What is this? There you go. And wood. Okay. And... Yeah, so I can... Get the game running, man. I can create this route without a ship. Yes. And then assign a ship to it once that ship becomes available. Oh, it's ready. As you can see there, it highlights it in the route list. There's a problem with this route. There is no ship, so let's add a ship to it. That one there. Again, we can go reasonably fast-ish. 15. That's it. I'm not seeing a finalise option on there. Okay. Is it just... Let's just put it on there. That's fine. Good. So that route does not have a problem anymore. It's operating. Got a green light. Steel, silica. Trouble is, Tokyo doesn't want either of these things yet because the factories haven't opened. Now this is again something I don't quite understand what this red bar implies for me. Whether that means inventory exceeds 80%, reducing market competitiveness. Does that mean I'm not shipping enough, so the cost is going down, or I'm not entirely sure? Is meat not being supplied? I thought I was supplying meat. Okay, well we can look at all the routes that go through Tokyo by hitting this icon here. No, I'm not supplying meat, am I? To Zamboanga. I thought I was. So where's Zamboanga? Because you're the place that wanted meat. Oh, it's getting it from Singapore. And not made any money yet. Okay. Why is that then? So that ship is currently carrying nothing. It's going to Zamboanga. Singapore is definitely producing meat, isn't it? Oh. Is it not? Am I not getting enough grain to Singapore? Is that what the problem is? Oh, right. In Singapore? Oh no, we are getting grain. Not a lot though. Maybe we need to put more ships on there. I'll buy another bulk carrier. We'll buy another container ship. That takes me down to 1 million. Right, the bulk carrier is ready. So let's get that. Actually, we've got a route already, haven't we? So let's go to the route. So this is for grain. Again, I like the fact that you can filter these lists, which is nice. So we're going... There you are. That one there. So Port Penge to Sing. We'll add another bulk carrier to that. There you go. That's that job done. So Jakarta is now more prosperous. So you're supplying wood, I think, isn't it? Cotton, yeah, cotton and wood between Tokyo and Jakarta. So we've now got a rubber industry, which is very handy. Who wants rubber? Oh, Maura wants rubber. Manila wants rubber as well. Oh, yeah. There's so many decisions to make. So many decisions. We were looking though at meat, weren't we? Where to get this meat out of Tokyo? I'm not supplying any meat at all. Not happy with that. Okay. Right, let's put this route in place. A container port, a container carrying meat rather, from Tokyo to Zamboanga. We've got a container ship. We can go reasonable speed for that. There you go. Oh, don't forget to name it as a meat carrier. There you go. That's that done. Yeah, curious that my satisfaction here is 0 still. Oh, 29%. So I'm getting something. It's gone down to 0 again. I am shipping cotton, I think. That is what is going on. That's fine. Oh, we've got 8 days left to ship 16k of of cotton to Jakarta. Not going to happen, is it really? No. So we're not going to earn that reward. Jakarta's producing wood. Though we are sending wood out, aren't we? I'm sure. Let's have a quick check of that again. Wood. Yeah. So that is being supplied. We've got a red line there. Ooh, something I noticed just recently as well and forgotten. The game is interesting in there's a lot of sort of information in places, but other places where it might be useful, they don't get information. Like on that warehouse thing. But here, if I hover over that, it shows me. So the load factor, Tokyo to Jakarta is 100%, Jakarta to Tokyo is 50% for some reason or other. Is that because we've got a low market share in Jakarta? Can we ship that rubber somewhere? To Maura. Let's do that. Let us do that. Let's build another bulk carrier. And let's start shipping rubber. Another new route from Jakarta. Oh, come out of that. New route. There you are. From Jakarta. It's going to be rubber. That's going to Maura. Tokyo doesn't want rubber. No, Tokyo doesn't want rubber. Not yet, anyway. So we'll do that. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay, put the bulk carrier on there. That is good. And this is going to be Jakarta to... Ooh, 2.8 million to get those tech points. Go on, we'll do that. So we're currently in deficit, in debt. There you go. Finalise that. The outbreak of the war. What war? In the Red Sea and Persian Gulf. Maritime security in those areas is compromised. They've changed their routes. So transportation costs and the time of shipping routes have increased by 10% respectively. It has also brought the ship repair and refitting business of more than 30 vessels to the ship repair industry in Singapore. Okay. Additionally, the Malay Peninsula is a major producer of natural rubber, as we've just seen. You'll need to import steel from Maura, okay, and rubber from Jakarta to meet the demand for production in Singapore. Singapore doesn't want rubber just yet. Okay, let's pause this for a second. So, importing timber for Cebu. Wow, we're exporting stuff from Jakarta now. We should get that reward bonus. Goods from Maura. Yeah, we are shipping stuff from Maura, aren't we? Steel, apparently. And ore. Oh, that's coming to Maura. Well, I don't know. We might see that. And what have we got here? Steel to Tokyo. What is the thing with Tokyo? 5. Does that increase? That has increased slightly. Oh my goodness. That's a very slight increase. Okay, so Singapore. What does Singapore want? Oil and grain. But what does the industry want? Cotton and grain. Not rubber yet. So we need to increase the prosperity of Singapore. It's not gone up much. Is there oil industry anywhere? Output. Ah, we've got oil coming out of Manila, which is demanded by Singapore. Right, let's do that. We have got that spare oil tank, haven't we? Yes, we have. New route then. For oil. So that is coming from Manila. It's the only place we're getting oil from. Yeah. Do we have access to... Yeah, we don't have access to these places as yet. No. Okay, so oil from Manila to go to Singapore. And that is that oil tanker. A little bit faster perhaps. And I'll rename you as my oil route. There you go. Oh, workers in Jakarta have gone on strike. So loading has slowed dramatically. Oil production has dropped because of the Iran... Oh, that war. The Iran-Iraq war. 5.8. Wow. Does that include Manila? I don't know. Okay. Do I want to... Oh, we've got that research, haven't we? Yeah, we spent that money on research points. Okay, so what have we got here? The engineering here for 100 research points reduces the build time. Now that takes us into route management options. Ship replenishment costs are reduced. This is the fuel costs, I think, that sort of thing. War is escalating. Oil is sharply rising. The operating costs of shipping routes. Okay, so fuel costs will go up, doesn't it? So the continuous transportation of oil tanker routes will incur high insurance premiums as well as fuel. Oh, darn it. Okay, I think that is definitely going to be... Yeah, replenishment costs. Let's reduce that. Engineering costs. Yeah, we'll spend the research points on that to reduce the build time. We could send more cotton out of here. Yeah, let's do that. Do we actually have a cotton route to Maura? That route there, what's that doing? Oh, that is taking cotton out. Yeah. Penge. Ooh. Hang on, that's the same route, isn't it, basically? Yes, it is. So, one of you is carrying cotton. You're both carrying cotton. I really ought to consolidate those routes, shouldn't I? Should have checked that before I put the ships on there. Who else wanted cotton? Singapore. We're not sending cotton to Singapore, are we? Or indeed Penang. So we could do that. Okay, well let's take this one here. You're approaching Maura now. Okay. So what I could then do is reassign you to a different route entirely. There you go. Are you going to be taking steel back? No, we'll pause you. We will edit this route. Okay, and if I go here to edit, that's it. Okay, we'll take Maura away and we'll put Singapore on. That's it. Good. Next, we will rename this Tokyo Singapore. There you go, and just put that one boat on there. Ship, it's a ship. There you go. And the other one we will build a new ship for to add to the Maura route, which will take steel back when steel is being produced. Bulk container, there you go. So when that ship is ready, we will add you. There you are. Maura. Hang on, what's going on here? Why is it still showing? That's going to Maura. This one is going to Singapore. I noticed this there's a little, looks like there's a bit of a bug here still. I mean, this is still a pre-release build, so it might well be sorted out. So this is actually going to Singapore. So change that name. Can you not change the name of a route once it's been established? Maybe that's what's going on. So yes, save that. Come out of there and go back into routes. Ah, there it is, it's working now. Tokyo, Singapore, cotton. Good. Tokyo, Maura, cotton, however, I want to add a new ship to, which is that one. Because that will take steel back once we get steel working in Tokyo, which is a ongoing long process by the look of it. Are we exporting anything from Maura? Oh, we could. We have a new container ship. We'll take fabric from there to Jakarta. Right, that might do it for us. So we need to build a new container ship. Except I don't have enough money yet. But I could take out a loan. I'll show you that. So this is the loans then. Now, a CFO, as far as I can see, only permits sort of increases in the loan amount. It'd be nice if they reduced interest as well, to be honest, because that's the killer usually, unless you are really looking for a big loan. I don't need a big loan. I just want can I take that number. There you are. Set 650,000. That'll be enough, I think. Yeah, 1.7 million. That's enough to build a new ship. So let's go to the shipyard. We'll build ourselves a new container ship for 1.1. There's all that money spent. Get that done. And we will create a new route from Maura. Container ship. Taking that to Jakarta. There you go. Nothing to go back. Annoying, but there you go. Next. So this is the fabric route. There you go. And the container ship. 12. Yeah, that's fine, I think. There you go. Ooh, I've taken 20k of goods from Jakarta. More reputation. Oh, at level 7 now. All the Maura, jointly expand, get Maura up to 600k. That shouldn't be too difficult, but we're progressing that, aren't we? So where's that? Maura, only 10k reward? Right, I think this has been quite long enough for a first look at this brand new game of Global Magnates, Shipping Tycoon, from Aquila Interactive. And once again, thank you to the guys at Aquila for offering me a key to the game to play with it and show it off to you. If you've enjoyed this, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbs uppy button. Even better, if you've got anything to say about what I've been doing with the game or the game itself, then please do just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. Other than that, of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, then you could do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Global Magnates Shipping Tycoon, until the next time, bye-bye for now.